library for us. They've given us small donations as far as for computer software, flash drives for our members, and so forth. So they've been very instrumental. One of their employees participates on our board as far as our Women's Business Center board. So that has been a really great relationship and has provided us a lot of resources that we have here. In addition, we've partnered with Capital University. We've been partnered with them from the very beginning. They provide interns from their marketing program and their master's program that come in and provide services to our members as far as 30 to 40 hours of donated time to 10 to 15 of our different members. It's through a process of they have to apply for it, but at the same point in time, we have members then that are getting free designed websites, collateral materials, branding and imaging advice. It's unbelievable. And then in identifying this opportunities, the very first year that the center was in operations, it wouldn't have been able to be realized without a Vista. So at that point, it was just myself and a Vista that was helping to get the program off the ground. And so with that Vista being in place at the very beginning, she helped in creating policies and procedures of which we started with. Of course, we revamped as time went on, but she was a huge part of putting all those pieces in place, what our forms look like for the in-kind, how did we go about partnering, all those different types of things.
You mentioned the Kaplan and the Accenture strategic partnerships. What role do strategic partnerships play in facilitating the growth of your organization?
Oh, it's huge. We wouldn't be able to do the things that we've done if it wasn't for our strategic partners. Not only are they helping us as far as meeting our match, but they participate as far as providing trainings, as far as being mentors. We've partnered with Fifth Third Bank, U.S. Bank, who have provided funding for the program that is a part of our match. They've also provided financial literacy workshops for us. They provide funding for an event, a signature event that we do for veterans. They participate in that. As far as Fifth Third does, U.S. Bank participates on our Project Reimagine program, which is a scale-up course for our clients that I've mentioned earlier that have been in business a year to 6 months. And then there's just so many other ones. And so we have community resources that involve, like I said, that we're using them as far as members, providing them clothing, access to food, assistance with housing, all those types of things that we see that our members are challenged with on a day-to-day basis as they're even trying to strive to start up their business.
And how do you choose or decide who you'd like to partner with? What's the process for that?
Well, the first part of that is to just identify, is the mission aligned? So are they truly in the same footprint of who we're trying to serve and our missions? And so with the banks, that was simple, with them having the CRA requirements, needing to get out in the community, needing to reach minorities, needing to reach low to moderate income individuals. That fit perfectly with what we were trying to do as far as a women's business center, and also as a micro lender. So they was a good match. As far as our local community development corporations that are here, they provide some funding for small businesses as well. That's a little different than what we can do. And so, again, that was a good match because that was an opportunity to do cross-training, but then to be able to provide referrals back and forth between each other, as well as we look to assist all of our members as far as securing access to funding. And then other agencies that we partnered with was like we partnered with the VA hospitals and the local Columbus City schools as we look to serve unique clients that are wanting to get into business. So with the VA hospital, we did our veterans event there. They partnered with us. They provided us access to space. They had a training facility. So we've partnered with them as far as not having to incur that cost, but being able to provide this for veterans. And it was in a venue where veterans are being served already. So that was a great relationship. With Columbus City Schools, they actually provided the entertainment this year for our veterans event. But outside of that, we do with schools like that, we do community outreach. So we're going out and we're participating in training activities for their young entrepreneurs. And so we engage with them on that level. With our city and government agencies, so city and state and county, they all have outcomes that they need to meet as far as diversity and inclusion. And so we've incorporated into our program initiatives to obtain certifications for minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, economically disadvantaged businesses. And so that allows us to tap into funding that they have available to help us with our match in helping them to meet their needs as far as what they need to do as far as an agency. We are also, addressing our goals and objectives that we've outlined, but also then tapping into those resources to be able to provide us the funding necessary to keep going on and not having to actually take from our members, take from the individuals that are needing our resources that necessarily couldn't afford this type of access to this type of specialized training and possibilities for them.
You mentioned a lot about tailoring to the specific community in which you're located. Mm-hmm. And does your WBC offer differentiated services for women of different education levels, skill sets, et cetera?
I would say that we try to meet everybody where they're at. So as far as what we offer, it's training, it's language developed around individuals that could, I don't want to say this, when you're talking about entrepreneurship, it's something that's so unique. It's not really educational based. It's not really where you are as far as society. It's not any of that. It's just something that's unique within itself. So when we bring the information as far as what does it take to be an entrepreneur? What does it take to be successful? How do you create a business plan? We bring it at a level that anybody could understand, no matter what your education is, no matter your stature, no matter if you have a master's degree or whatever, or you're homeless. It doesn't matter. We're bringing it at such a basic level that we're saying this is what an entrepreneur is. These are the skills that entrepreneur brings to the table. This is their vision, and this is the quest, and this is how we can help you obtain that. So I think we're very adaptive to our clients as far as where they're at. Some of our classes and our training that we offer is more so for businesses that are at different levels. Not so much education, not so much income levels, but just levels in their business to address the needs that they need at that particular level in their business, be it where they're looking to expand, if they're looking to franchise, if they're looking to sell their business. That's what we bring to them.
And what are the challenges associated with that differentiated approach you just described? Looking at the different levels of business.
Marketing so that you have the right people in the seats. So when we're providing a very specific class that is focused more so towards the startup business, we want to make sure that the people that are in those seats are those individuals that are just getting started. So we don't want everybody coming to that class. We don't want a business that's been in existence for 3 to 4 years coming to a class where we're still talking about how do we put this business plan together. What are the next steps? How do we register with the state? What is the licensing process? So that we sometimes find as a challenge as far as just doing that extra piece. Marketing is one of those things that the centers, again, do not have ample staffing for because that's a whole nother layer to the work that we do. It's just making sure that the outreach and the individuals that you're targeting are the ones who need to be there.
What has been a successful technique in achieving that? Or is that something you're still working towards?
I'd say that's something that we're still working towards. We do use a lot of descriptive language in our explanation of our classes to say this is for this type of individual in this position of your business. With our Project Reimagine course, we say that you need to be in business for a year. You need to have this amount of gross revenue. You need to be looking at securing additional contracts. So we do say those things. However, we still have individuals who want to participate in those training classes, and we don't discourage that.